Check this out. Wow.
Angel Reese turned in one of the roughest performances of her career, and it was hard to watch. She didn't just struggle. Everything seemed to fall apart on the court.
She has her worst professional pro game.
Sloppy turnovers, careless mistakes, and a style of play so out of control, it looked more like a wrestling match than a basketball game. Angel Reese came in hyped, talking big like she was ready to take over, but reality had other plans. Napheesa Collier wasn't distracted by the noise. She stayed locked in, let her game speak for itself, and made sure Angel had a front row seat to her own struggles. And just when it couldn't get worse, Collier delivered the final blow with a cold-blooded game-winning shot, leaving Reese stunned, confused, and completely exposed. All that trash talk, for nothing. All that extra aggression, wasted. This wasn't just a loss for Angel Reese. It was a full-blown collapse. And trust me, we're about to break down every single brutal moment that proved she's not nearly as untouchable as she thinks. Stay tuned, because you do not want to miss this breakdown. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always stay locked in with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and deep breakdowns of the biggest moments just like this. We've got every angle covered, so hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. Now imagine this. You're a basketball star stepping onto the court confident and ready to dominate. The lights are blazing, the crowd is roaring, and your team is counting on you. This is supposed to be your moment. The stakes are high. Fans are expecting a performance they'll never forget. But instead of showing off your skills, you end up starring in your own highlight reel for all the wrong reasons. That's exactly what happened to Angel Reese in this unforgettable game.
Angel Reese with what looks like a very dirty move under the basket. Check this out. I mean, wow.
Angel Reese didn't just struggle. She delivered a performance that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. From careless turnovers and missed shots, to trash talk that completely backfired, and an embarrassing ending, this was the kind of game fans and critics won't forget anytime soon. Honestly, if there were a Hall of Fame for self-inflicted sports meltdowns, this performance might deserve its own section.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps, and at the end of the game, the Lunar Owls does come away with the dub.
Now, let's break it down. Angel Reese stepped onto the floor with all the swagger you'd expect from a superstar. She walked in like she owned the building, head high, confidence overflowing, ready to put on a show. The trash talk started before the opening whistle even blew. Faces, taunts, the whole act, like she was about to deliver a career-defining performance. The confidence was loud, but the execution? Completely absent.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fight.
It didn't take long for everything to start unraveling. From the opening tip, it was clear Reese was more focused on putting on a show than playing smart, winning basketball. Instead of sticking to the basics, she played to the cameras, forcing wild shots, taking unnecessary risks, and jawing at the other team. But confidence, without control, quickly turns into arrogance. Before long, that swagger slipped into visible frustration, and that frustration turned into reckless play. One moment she was trying to dazzle with flashy footwork, the next she was coughing up the ball like she couldn't hold on to it. You could see it all over her face. She knew the game was slipping away. But instead of adjusting, she leaned even harder into the chaos. On a night that demanded composure and discipline, she did the exact opposite, turning the game into a personal highlight reel of everything you shouldn't do on the court.
It looked very intentional, everything that is happening with the Unrivaled League, because all of this stuff transpired, like I stated, just 4 to 5 hours after it was announced that Super Nunescu was quitting the league.
And when it went wrong fast. With every mistake, things only got messier. Instead of letting the game come to her, she kept forcing plays, trying to make something happen on her own. But rather than proving she was the dominant force she claimed to be, she turned herself into the center of attention for all the wrong reasons. By the time halftime arrived, the only people enjoying the show were the fans watching her unravel in real time. Now let's talk about the stats, because the numbers don't lie. Reese had 7 turnovers. Yes, 7. And these weren't small, forgettable mistakes. These were full-blown, did that really just happen? Moments that made fans cringe and laugh at the same time. One of the wildest came when she fired the ball straight into the backboard, then somehow ended up rebounding her own pass.
Angel Reese rebounded her own pass. Guys, I'm dead. I saw this and was like, this can't be real.
Yes, you heard that right. She literally passed the ball to herself. Fans watching from home were in total disbelief. It was the kind of mistake you'd expect in a middle school game, not from a professional athlete at the highest level. For a moment, it was like she forgot she was playing basketball and thought she'd wandered into a game of handball. And somehow, she wasn't done yet. Moments later, she outdid herself with another disaster. A completely unnecessary no-look pass, except there was no one there to receive it. The ball sailed harmlessly out of bounds like it had plans of its own. Even her teammates looked confused, trying to figure out what she was thinking. At that point, it felt less like she was leading her team to victory and more like she was auditioning for a comedy skit. It was as if she believed she was in a Harlem Globetrotters routine, only the tricks weren't landing.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court.
And it wasn't just those 2 moments. Reese made sure to put on a full turnover showcase. Dribble straight into a defender? Check. Get stripped because she wasn't paying attention? Check. Fire a pass to a teammate who wasn't even looking? Double check. At one point, it honestly felt like she was playing for both teams, handing the opponents easy possessions like it was Christmas morning. It was almost like she had a personal challenge going. How many different ways can I give the ball away? And mission accomplished. 7 turnovers in a single game is already bad, but the way she pulled it off. Unforgettable, for all the wrong reasons. But the giveaways weren't even the whole story. Reese wasn't just losing the ball. She was playing a brand of basketball built more on brute force than real skill. And that reckless approach opened the door to yet another chapter in her night of horror.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night. 7 damn turnovers. 7. All right?
She spent the night shoving, bumping, and trying to intimidate everyone in her path, especially her matchup, Napheesa Collier. But Collier wasn't buying into any of it. While Reese was busy putting on her tough girl act, Collier stayed completely locked in, focused on doing one thing, winning. And that's exactly what she did. It felt like watching a chess grandmaster go up against someone who thought flipping the board was a real strategy. Spoiler, it wasn't. Reese was out there throwing elbows, body-checking opponents, and turning every possession into something personal, like the game had suddenly shifted from basketball to a boxing match. But instead of rattling Collier, it only fueled her even more. Reese tried to bully her way through the night, but Collier was built differently, calm, composed, and totally unshaken by the chaos. Meanwhile, Reese continued to unravel. It wasn't just the turnovers anymore. Her shot selection was just as rough. And when I say rough, I mean high school gym teacher firing up air balls during practice bad. She kept launching wild shots, hoping anything would fall. Instead, she bricked attempt after attempt, missed easy layups, and handed her opponents even more chances to take control of the game. At times, it honestly looked like she was playing with her eyes closed and praying for a miracle.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player.
Angel Reese came in full of confidence, but Napheesa Collier made sure she left with a harsh reality check. From missed layups and wild shots to constant turnovers and failed trash talk, Reese's night turned into a lesson in what not to do. The internet had a field day, memes went viral, and fans weren't holding back. If Reese wants to bounce back, she needs less talk, more focus, and to take responsibility for her mistakes. This wasn't just a loss, it was a wake-up call.